Well, thank you very much, General Mutter. I knew your comments would be gracious, but I must say thank you for your incredible service to our nation and impressive service. And as I did out there, and I'll do again, I salute you. As many of you might know, we are one team, all the services. We define our success that way on the battlefield and in garrison, except on the fields of friendly strife, like football. So I think it would only be right for me to say, go Army, beat Navy, ma'am. We all appreciate the energy in the room. We're really happy that you can live stream now. Isn't technology wonderful? So I definitely want to give a shout out to my hometown, because I am just a country girl from a town with no traffic lights, but we do have internet. So they are live streaming, and so I want to give a shout out to Candor, New York. And also, to my first babysitter, Mrs. Jean Cornett, who will be 100 years old this year. Her husband served in the military and was a POW in the Battle of the Bulge. And so I have had great role models, certainly as friends. But I must give a shout out to her. So yes, I'm a country girl with a town with no traffic lights, but we do also have a zip code. It's an honor to be on this stage this afternoon. But it is also incredibly humbling, because we on the stage know there are so many other women that could be recognized with great stories. We also know that someone decided to recognize us, that in some way, meaningful, impactful way, we touched their life and they decided to write a letter of recommendation for us. When you get the call that this is going to be an honor that you're given, I don't know about the rest, but my first response is, you have the wrong Becky Halstead. But at any rate, it is an honor and it is humbling. But what that tells you is that someone nominated you. So it makes you stop and look around and look at all the other people and all the other stories. And what it should really do is inspire us and ignite in us an action to do the same for others. And I believe that's what's so fulfilling about the National Women's Hall of Fame and their vision, is to capture these stories and contributions. And as I like to say, I'm really an ordinary girl, but I've had extraordinary opportunities. And for that, I feel extremely blessed. This morning on social media, I received a text from Mordecai Levin, who I know nominated me. He probably is going to be upset now that I said that. Wonderful man of courage. He sent me a quote from Susan B. Anthony. So I saw him quickly in the foyer and I said, I'm stealing it because I didn't have it until this morning. And I said, but I think it's so important to be part of my few minutes. Susan B. Anthony said this on the hallowed grounds of Seneca Falls. We shall someday be heated, and when we shall have our amendment to the Constitution, everybody will think it was always so. Just exactly as many young people believe that all the privileges, freedom, and enjoyments that women now possess always were hers. They have no idea of how every single inch of ground that she stands upon today has been gained by the hard work of some little handful of women of the past. I think that is very profound in what we're experiencing today, at least for me. Now, I don't know if my card's in the right order anymore. I recognize that the foundation of my journey, however, that I want to briefly share with you is really quite simple. Faith, family, friends, and freedom. So first and foremost, I give all glory to God to be able to be standing here to have these few moments with you. I especially thank my family. I may be one of the few people that have my parents in the audience, and I am so grateful and blessed for that. They have been and are always shining examples. Their wisdom, their unconditional love, and their willingness to join me on a lot of adventures. Thank you to my incredible friends and my battle buddies. And they say that friends are people who know you and still like you. So from grade school to West Point, to the Army, to the corporate sector of the world, my life is absolutely better because of each of you. To freedom, what an honor it was and a privilege to serve our nation as a soldier in the United States Army. From some of the challenging formative years at West Point to the battlefields of Afghanistan and Iraq. What I will say about that journey, it was always about living my oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. It was not always an easy path, but as I learned as a young girl, there are two rules to life. Rule number one, don't quit. Rule number two, refer back to rule number one. It was an honor and a privilege to serve, and I always tell everyone that my desire to serve my nation was never greater than a man's, but it was not less than a man's either. And the greatest joy of leading in our military was helping others find their true potential, to lead themselves and to lead their teams. And as all you probably know, soldiers are willing to die for each other, but I say more importantly, to live for each other. Our nation's flag, which I love that we honored first and foremost today, is the centerpiece of our formations. Thank you to the Honor Guard for doing that. And our heroes are those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. So you see, freedom is not free. May we remember each and every one of them and honor their sacrifice on our behalf by respecting and caring for each other. Thank you again for this tremendous honor.
Welcome Rebecca Halstead to the National Women's Hall of Fame.